Let me ask you something personal. Have you ever woken up in the morning and felt like your legs just aren't what they used to be? Maybe it takes a little longer to swing your feet off the bed. Maybe your knees crack louder. Or maybe, and this is the one that scares me most, you need to grab the wall just to steady yourself before standing up. If that sounds familiar, you're not alone. And no, it's not just aging. It's not just normal. And it's not something you should just accept. I'm telling you this as a doctor who's worked with thousands of seniors for over 50 years. What's happening to your body at night could be quietly stealing your independence without you even noticing. You see, after the age of 60, your body starts to enter what we call a catabolic state during sleep. That means your muscles are being broken down faster than they're being rebuilt. That's why many older Americans are waking up weaker, more unsteady, and with less balance every single year. According to the National Institute on Aging, most people over 60 lose about 3 to 8% of their muscle every decade. And for many, this silent breakdown happens while they're sound asleep. That's right. You go to bed thinking you're resting, but inside your muscles are begging for help. Now here's the good news. You can stop it, and you can reverse it. Starting tonight, not next year, not after another prescription, but first, I want to ask you something. Have you ever felt like you woke up weaker than the day before? Leave a comment below. Type the number 1 if yes and 0 if you've never noticed. I read every reply because in this video I'm going to show you the 8 best bedtime foods backed by science that can rebuild your muscle overnight, protect your balance, reduce cramps, and give you back that steady strength you deserve. We're not talking about gimmicks. We're not selling protein shakes. We're talking about real food, real science, and real healing. If this message already speaks to you, hit that like button and subscribe to this channel. That way you and I won't lose touch. Let's fight this thing together. Let's rebuild from the inside out, starting with tonight. Number 1, why muscle loss happens at night. The silent breakdown. No one warns you about. You go to bed thinking you're healing, but here's the truth. For millions of older Americans, sleep has become the most dangerous part of their day. That's not an exaggeration. Because while you're resting, your body may be entering a catabolic state, a fancy way of saying your muscles are being broken down faster than they're being repaired. And it happens silently. You don't feel it. You don't see it. But one day you notice you can't carry the groceries like you used to, or it takes both hands just to push off the couch. What's behind this? It all comes down to one critical fact most doctors don't explain. After age 60, your ability to build and maintain muscle begins to slow down. Not just because of aging, but because your hormones and digestion change dramatically overnight. Let's break it down like I would in my office. As you sleep, your body shifts into repair mode. But in seniors, this repair process hits a major roadblock. You're producing less growth hormone than you did in your 30s. Your insulin sensitivity is lower, making it harder to use nutrients efficiently. And most importantly, your body becomes resistant to small amounts of protein, a condition called anabolic resistance. What does that mean in plain English? It means that a few bites of chicken or a light dinner that used to keep you strong at 40 just isn't enough anymore. Your body needs more. It needs better fuel. And most of all, it needs it before bed. Because studies have shown that up to 70% of your overnight muscle rebuilding happens between midnight and 6 a.m. But if there's nothing in your bloodstream to feed your muscles, they're not rebuilding. They're shrinking. This is why you can eat healthy during the day and still lose strength year after year. Now here's what makes it worse, and what no one is telling seniors. Most older adults go to bed hungry, or they eat dinner too early, then nothing for 4 or 5, even 6 hours before sleep. That's like sending your body into a storm without an umbrella. A 2022 report from Harvard Medical School explained it like this. Older adults need higher quality proteins and more precise timing to maintain muscle integrity during the catabolic window of overnight sleep. In simple terms, if you don't eat the right kind of fuel at night, your muscles pay the price. And you might not see it immediately, but it shows up over time as leg cramps, slower walking, more stiffness in the morning, And eventually the walker, the cane, or worse, the fall that changes everything. Have you noticed it? Have you ever woken up with sore legs or found yourself feeling weaker in the morning than the night before? If yes, you're not alone. Leave a comment below and type, "I've felt it." I want to know your story. Now, here's the good news. This whole silent breakdown can be stopped. And the fix isn't hard. It doesn't involve a gym. It doesn't mean lifting weights at midnight. It doesn't mean buying some miracle powder from an ad. It means giving your muscles what they need, at the time they need it most. Before bed, the rest of this video is going to show you the exact bedtime foods, backed by hard science and real results, that can stop this muscle loss, rebuild your strength, and help you wake up feeling solid again. But I want you to remember this. If you're waking up weaker, it's not aging, it's a missing strategy, and it can start changing tonight. Now let's get into the first food that could quietly rebuild your strength, even while you sleep. Number 2, the bedtime superfood, hiding in your fridge, backed by 31% muscle growth in seniors. Let me tell you something strange. There is a food sitting quietly in your fridge right now. It is creamy, it is mild, and chances are you have walked past it 100 times without realizing it might be your best defense against overnight muscle loss. I am talking about cottage cheese. Yes, that humble little tub that most people forget about could be the key to keeping your muscles from breaking down in your sleep. Why? Because of one powerful ingredient it holds inside. It is called casein. Now, I have been a doctor for over 50 years. I have seen the fads come and go. But casein is not a fad. It is a slow-digesting protein that releases amino acids into your bloodstream gradually over 6 to 8 hours. That means while you are asleep, your muscles are being fed. Not once, not in a short burst, but continuously throughout the night. And that, my friend, is the difference between waking up stronger or waking up weaker. Let me give you the numbers. In a study published in the British Journal of Nutrition, adults over the age of 60 who ate a casein-rich food before bed increased their overnight muscle protein synthesis by 31% compared to those who ate nothing. That is not just preventing muscle loss. That is building muscle while you sleep. Now you might be wondering, how much do I need to eat to get these benefits? Not a lot. Just 1/2 cup of low-fat plain cottage cheese, about 30 to 60 minutes before bed, is enough to make a real difference. If you find the taste a little bland, you can add a few slices of banana. That gives you potassium, which helps relax your muscles, and a little natural sweetness. A light sprinkle of cinnamon can help regulate blood sugar and give it a warm flavor without any added sugar. Want an extra healing boost? Add a teaspoon of chia seeds. They provide fiber and plant-based omega-3s, and they help your digestion without upsetting your stomach. And here is something else I bet you did not know. Cottage cheese is a natural source of tryptophan. That is the same amino acid found in turkey that makes you feel relaxed after Thanksgiving dinner. Tryptophan supports the production of serotonin and melatonin, two hormones that help calm the mind and promote restful sleep. So now you are not just feeding your muscles, you are helping your brain wind down gently. You do not need a massive meal. You do not need a fancy supplement. Just a spoonful of the right food at the right time can quietly protect your strength. And if you are someone who wakes up stiff, sore, or feeling like your balance is just not what it used to be, this simple nighttime habit could be the one thing that changes everything. No pain, no pills, just a plan that works with your body, not against it. Have you ever tried cottage cheese before bed? Let me know in the comments. And if not, are you willing to give it a shot tonight? Because coming up next, we are going from the fridge to something even easier. A tiny little powerhouse that you can boil once and grab anytime. And yes, it is hiding in your fridge too. Stay with me. Number 3, the egg strategy that preserves muscle and boosts recovery hormones after 60. Let me tell you something I have seen again and again in my clinic. A patient in their late 60s walks in saying, "Doc, I eat healthy, I stay active, but I still feel like I'm getting weaker." I ask them what they eat before bed. Most of the time, they either say nothing, or just a cracker, or a cup of tea. That is the problem. Your muscles are not getting what they need. And one of the simplest ways to fix it is sitting right there in your refrigerator. It is called the hard-boiled egg. This little powerhouse might be one of the most underrated tools for protecting your strength after 60. Each egg gives you about 6 grams of high-quality, complete protein, with all the essential amino acids your body needs to preserve and rebuild muscle. But here is what makes eggs even more important for seniors. They are rich in leucine, an amino acid that acts like a switch for muscle building. As you age, your body becomes resistant to small amounts of protein. This condition is called anabolic resistance. In other words, your muscles stop listening unless you give them a loud enough signal. Leucine is that signal, and eggs are one of the best natural sources. Now, I want you to listen closely to this. A study published in the journal Nutrients in 2021 followed adults over the age of 60 who ate whole eggs before bed for 12 weeks. The results were eye-opening. That group preserved 19% more muscle than those who ate nothing at night. Even more impressive, their levels of IGF-1, which is insulin-like growth factor 1, a hormone that supports muscle recovery and tissue repair, were higher than the control group. This hormone naturally declines as we age, but the right nutrients can help restore it. That means better balance, better healing, and a body that feels steady again. Now let me be clear, you do not need to overdo it. Just 1 or 2 hard-boiled eggs about 30 minutes before bed is enough. They are easy to digest and will not spike your blood sugar. Want to make them even more powerful? Sprinkle a little turmeric and black pepper on top. Turmeric helps reduce joint inflammation. Black pepper boosts absorption of curcumin, the active compound in turmeric. Add a few slices of avocado if you want a healthy fat source that slows digestion and keeps amino acids flowing longer through the night. No frying, no heavy sauces, no greasy cooking pans. Just simple, real food that speaks your body's language. And if you are someone who wakes up with joint pain, tightness in the hips, or that shaky feeling when you first stand up, this egg strategy might be the quiet hero you have been missing. So let me ask you, have you ever thought of using eggs as a bedtime tool instead of just a breakfast food? Drop a comment below and tell me, are you willing to try one egg tonight? Because coming up next, we are heading into unexpected territory. It is salty, it is savory, and it comes from the sea, but it might just hold the secret to waking up stronger. Keep watching. Number 4, the surprising sea snack that rebuilds muscle overnight, backed by a 34% boost in protein synthesis. Now this next one might surprise you. It is not creamy, it is not sweet, and it is not something most folks think of as a bedtime snack. But for my older patients who struggle with strength, balance, and leg cramps, this has become one of my go-to secret weapons. Tuna packed in olive oil. Yes, and you heard that right. This simple combination delivers exactly what aging muscles need at night. Clean, high-quality protein, healthy fats to slow digestion, and powerful anti-inflammatory support. Let me explain why it matters so much. Tuna is one of the leanest, most protein-rich foods available. Just half a can gives you up to 20 grams of complete protein with a strong dose of leucine, the muscle-triggering amino acid I mentioned earlier. But here's the real magic. When you pair tuna with olive oil, those healthy fats slow the digestion of protein and extend the release of amino acids in your bloodstream. That means your muscles get a steady drip of building blocks all night long, instead of a quick burst that disappears in an hour. This is critical after 60 because your body cannot store protein like it used to. It needs a continuous supply to rebuild damaged tissue. A 2020 study from the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition found that older adults who ate protein-rich, omega-3 packed foods like tuna in olive oil before bed saw a 34% increase in overnight muscle protein synthesis, compared to those who ate low-fat options or nothing at all. That is not just a number. That is the difference between getting out of bed strong or needing assistance to stand. These participants also had less morning soreness, better vitamin D absorption, and lower inflammation markers. So how do you use it? It is simple. Take half a can of tuna in olive oil about 30 to 60 minutes before bed. Eat it plain, or pair it with a few slices of cucumber or a couple of whole grain crackers. Just avoid adding mayonnaise or heavy sauces. They are hard to digest and can interfere with your sleep. A squeeze of lemon juice or a pinch of sea salt can add flavor without loading on unnecessary fats. And here is one more bonus. Tuna is also one of the best natural sources of vitamin D and omega-3 fatty acids, both of which help reduce inflammation and support joint health. Now I know some of you might be thinking, tuna before bed? Really? But let me ask you this. Is a spoonful of tuna worth a steadier step in the morning? Is it worth the chance to bend, rise, and walk with confidence without fear of falling? Because that is what we are talking about here. Not food fads, not overnight fixes, just honest, simple changes that protect your strength and dignity. And if you are serious about keeping your legs strong, your balance steady, and your independence intact, this isn't just a snack. This is a strategy. Have you ever tried tuna in olive oil as a nighttime meal? Type tuna in the comments if you are open to trying it tonight. Next, we are going from salty to creamy. And this one not only feeds your muscles, it heals your gut and helps you sleep deeper. Stay with me, because we are just getting warmed up. Number 5, the triple threat yogurt that rebuilds muscle, heals digestion, and calms the nervous system overnight. If you're someone who tends to have a sensitive stomach at night, or if you're just looking for something cool, creamy, and satisfying before bed, then this next food might be your perfect bedtime ally, plain Greek yogurt. Now, I'm not talking about the sweet, fruity stuff loaded with sugar. I'm talking about the real deal, unsweetened, plain, thick Greek yogurt. This is not just another dairy product. It is what I call a triple threat bedtime food for people over 60, because it does 3 critical things. All at once, it protects your muscles, it supports your digestion, and it helps calm your nervous system so you sleep deeper. Let's start with muscle support. Greek yogurt is packed with casein protein, the same slow-release protein we talked about earlier with cottage cheese. That means your muscles are being fed all night long while you rest. It is also richer in protein and lower in sugar than regular yogurt, thanks to its triple straining process. And that makes it ideal for older adults who want muscle recovery without blood sugar spikes that can disturb sleep. Now here's where it gets even better. Greek yogurt is one of the best natural sources of live probiotics. These good bacteria support a healthier gut, which, believe it or not, is directly connected to how well your muscles function. A healthy gut means better nutrient absorption, lower inflammation, and stronger metabolism, all essential for preventing sarcopenia, the age-related muscle loss no one warns you about. But don't just take my word for it. A 2022 study published in Frontiers in Nutrition tracked older adults who added plain Greek yogurt to their evening routine. After just 6 weeks, participants showed a 26% boost in overnight muscle protein synthesis, better energy the next day, and improved mitochondrial function in their muscle cells. That is real science and real transformation. So how should you eat it? Simple. Take 1/2 cup of plain, unsweetened Greek yogurt 30 to 45 minutes before bed. Avoid flavored yogurts. Most of them contain as much sugar as a small soda. If you want to sweeten it naturally, add a few fresh berries, a drop of vanilla extract, or a sprinkle of cinnamon. Want a deeper nutritional boost? Stir in a teaspoon of chia seeds. They bring fiber, omega-3s, and support digestion through the night. And don't forget, Greek yogurt also contains calcium, which plays a crucial role in muscle contraction and nerve signaling. That means fewer nighttime cramps and better muscle coordination while you sleep. Now let me ask you, have you ever had trouble falling asleep, even when you're tired? Do you sometimes wake up groggy, with tightness in your legs or lower back? It might not be a sleep problem at all. It might be a fuel problem. And this simple bowl of yogurt could be part of the solution. Leave a comment below and tell me, do you already eat Greek yogurt? Or is this something you're willing to try tonight? Because next we are moving from something cold and creamy to something warm and golden. A bedtime drink that has been healing muscles for generations, and now science is finally catching up. Let's keep going. Number 6, the golden night drink that repairs muscles, eases pain, and helps you sleep deeper. There is something timeless about a warm drink before bed. It quiets the noise of the day. It relaxes the mind. And if you choose the right one, it can also begin healing your muscles from the inside out. Let me introduce you to what I call the golden comfort for people over 60. Warm milk with turmeric. Now I know, it sounds simple, but don't underestimate it. This drink brings together ancient wisdom and modern science, and it works on multiple levels. First, the milk. Milk is naturally rich in casein protein, that slow digesting fuel we keep coming back to. Because it works, it delivers amino acids steadily through the night, allowing your body to rebuild muscle tissue while you sleep. Milk also contains tryptophan, an amino acid that promotes the release of serotonin and melatonin, both of which are vital for deep, restorative sleep. And here's where it gets even more powerful. When you stir in turmeric, you are adding one of the most potent anti-inflammatory compounds known in natural medicine, curcumin. This is not some herbal rumor. It is backed by dozens of studies, including a 2022 clinical trial published in Nutritional Neuroscience. In this study, older adults who consumed a small protein-rich drink with added curcumin before bed saw a 32% improvement in overnight muscle protein synthesis. They also reported less joint stiffness, better sleep quality, and improved muscle recovery. And I've seen it in my patients too. One woman in her early 70s, who used to wake up stiff and sore every morning, started drinking this simple warm golden milk before bed. 3 weeks later, her pain had reduced noticeably. Her balance had improved. She said, "Doctor, I feel like I've got new legs." Now, let's talk preparation. Heat 1 cup of milk gently. Do not boil it. Stir in 1/4 teaspoon of ground turmeric, a pinch of black pepper to help your body absorb the curcumin. And if you like a little sweetness, add a drop of honey. If you are sensitive to dairy, no problem. Use unsweetened almond milk or oat milk, but make sure it's fortified with calcium and protein. Sip it slowly about 30 minutes before bed. Let it warm your stomach, your joints, and your nervous system. Because this is not just a bedtime drink, it is a healing ritual. It says to your body, you're safe now. You're being cared for. It's time to recover. And sometimes that's all your muscles need. A little comfort and the right support. So let me ask you, have you ever tried turmeric milk at night? Type golden in the comments if you're open to giving it a try this week. Coming up next, we're taking a break from drinks and going back to the spoon. Because sometimes you are not in the mood for a full meal or a cup of anything. But what if 1 tablespoon could deliver healing fats, muscle protection, and deeper sleep? That's what we'll talk about next. Number 7, 1 spoon before bed. The creamy habit that soothes muscles and rebuilds while you sleep. While you watch it. Some nights you just don't feel like eating. You are not thirsty, you are not hungry, but your muscles still need fuel. That is where 1 tablespoon of almond butter can quietly work wonders. This rich, creamy spread is more than just tasty. It is packed with healthy fats to slow digestion and support overnight repair. Plant-based protein for muscle protection. Magnesium to relax your muscles and reduce nighttime cramps. And vitamin E, which supports tissue repair as you sleep. A 2020 study published in Nutrients showed that older adults who ate small amounts of almond-based fats before bed experienced 17% better nitrogen retention, a key marker of muscle preservation. They also had lower nighttime cortisol, the stress hormone that breaks down muscle. How to use it? Just 1 tablespoon of natural almond butter, the kind without added sugar or oils, eaten by itself or spread on a slice of whole grain toast, apple slice, or oat cracker. It is light, it is easy, and it works. If you wake up often, if your legs feel tight or tired in the morning, this might be the gentle support your muscles are asking for. Have you tried almond butter before bed? Type almond if it is something you will try tonight. Now let's move to something bright, sour, and surprisingly powerful. A drink that can soothe your joints and boost sleep hormones at the same time. Number 8, the sour red juice that reduces morning pain and boosts muscle recovery overnight. It is bright red, a little tart, and for seniors, it can be a game changer. I'm talking about tart cherry juice, one of the most studied natural remedies for reducing inflammation, supporting deep sleep, and promoting overnight muscle recovery. Tart cherries are rich in anthocyanins, antioxidants that fight oxidative stress, which is one of the root causes of age-related muscle loss. They also contain natural melatonin, the hormone that helps you fall asleep and stay asleep. In 2019, a study in the Journal of the International Society of Sports Nutrition followed adults over 50 who drank tart cherry juice before bed. Results: 33% less muscle soreness in the morning, 15% better sleep quality, higher melatonin and antioxidant levels in the blood. How to take it: drink 4 to 6 ounces of unsweetened 100% tart cherry juice about 30 to 45 minutes before bed. Not a sweet cherry, not a cherry-flavored blend. You want the real thing. The taste might be a little strong at first. You can dilute it with water or add a squeeze of lemon, but that sour bite, that is the good stuff working. This small habit helps release growth hormone during deep sleep, essential for healing muscles. It also eases joint pain, especially in the knees, hips, and shoulders. So let me ask, have you ever used tart cherry juice before bed? Type cherry in the comments if you're willing to give it a shot. And now, we are down to the final habit, the one I recommend to patients who don't like eating late, who have trouble chewing, or who want something smooth and simple. Stay with me. This one ties it all together. Number 9, the smooth shake that triggers overnight muscle growth. Even if you do not exercise, you do not need to hit the gym. You do not need to lift weights. But if you want to wake up stronger, this final habit may be the simplest and most powerful. It is a casein-based protein shake designed specifically to feed your muscles slowly all night long. Unlike regular whey protein, which digests quickly and disappears within an hour, casein is a slow-release protein. It delivers amino acids into your bloodstream over 6 to 8 hours, exactly what older muscles need during sleep. In a 2021 clinical trial published in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition, seniors over 65 who drank 40 grams of casein protein before bed showed a 22% increase in muscle protein synthesis, less muscle breakdown, improved strength, balance, and walking speed, all without changing their exercise routine. Here's how to do it right. Mix 1 scoop of high-quality casein protein, isolate with water or unsweetened almond milk. Drink it 30 to 60 minutes before bed. Keep it light. Avoid sugary pre-made shakes or heavy creams that disrupt sleep. Want to enhance the taste? Add half a banana, a dash of cinnamon, or a teaspoon of almond butter. But keep it simple and easy to digest. If chewing feels like a chore at night, if your appetite fades, or if you simply want a no-fuss way to protect your strength, this shake is your bedtime insurance policy. So let me ask, have you ever tried a casein shake before bed? Type shake in the comments if you want to try it tonight. Now, before we wrap up, let's take a moment to pull all of this together, because the real power is not in one food. It is in what you choose to do next. So let's step back and think about what we've uncovered tonight. Muscle loss after 60 doesn't just happen during the day. It accelerates while you sleep. Quietly, steadily, and often without warning. But now you know the truth. You know your muscles are not the problem. Your routine is. And you know that changing one small thing at night can change everything about your morning. Because whether it is a spoon of almond butter, a warm cup of golden milk, or a simple casein shake, these are not just foods. They are your quiet allies. They are your protection while you sleep. No gimmicks, no big programs, no complicated plans. Just simple healing habits you can start tonight, right in your kitchen. You deserve to wake up strong. You deserve to walk steadily. You deserve to feel like yourself again, without fear, without pain, without falling behind. Now let me ask you something personal. What if tonight is the night you finally stop the silent breakdown? What if instead of waking up sore or shaky, you wake up feeling a little stronger, a little steadier, a little more like the you that you used to be? That starts with your decision. Not next month, not next year, tonight. So try one of these, just one. Then leave a comment tomorrow and tell me how your body feels. I'll be reading every word. And if this video gave you hope, if it gave you direction, then please hit that like button, subscribe, and share this with someone who needs it. You're not too old. You're not too far gone. You just need the right support, and now you've got it. And if you're ready to take the next step, I've got something even better. Watch this next video. Eat this and watch your strength come back. I'll show you one food that works even faster and how to use it first thing in the morning to protect your legs, your back, and your balance for the whole day. Because healing doesn't happen by accident. It happens when you decide to fight back. And tonight, you just did.